last part is that side, and the third part is that side. So this particular sacred forest, it was open for tourism in 2009, and we use only this part for tourism. We allow people to enter inside the forest only in this part. And in the Meghalaya, in the whole state, there are more than 200 sacred forests. And sacred forests are religiously used by the local people. And some of the sacred forests are not open for public. People are not allowed to enter inside the sacred forest. This one, it was, people were allowed to enter only after 2009. So this forest, it is categorized as subtropical rainforest and has almost 500 species of plants. And this is one of the flowering plant found inside the forest. You must have heard of the name rhododendron. Rhododendron. It is common in Himalayan regions. It's a flowering tree. Flowering season will start by the last week of January and last till April. This plant, it is common also in states like Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, and in West Bengal only in Darjeeling. Okay, now we can proceed.
The first and the third is not allowed to enter, no? Only the middle one, the second part. Coming to you.
And on every sacred forest, people are not allowed to take anything except drinking water. And this is one of the oak trees, one of the species of oak. This particular oak, we mostly use it for firewood and for producing charcoal. Best quality charcoal, it comes from this oak.
You cannot enter.
Oh, you can.
Here, we cannot go.
We have to use this part.
Okay.
You see on both the sides. And this is one of the trees which bear fruits. The actual fruit. And the seed is...
You're not allowed to touch also. Just you watch. Si dâu không ăn. Ma. Ma. Rồi em phạt.
Used for furniture. Used as timber for furniture. Small in size.
Okay.
This is the local species of pine tree, the Khasi pine tree.
This is very different, no?
Approximately at age 200 to 300 years old. You find pine trees or pine forests in Meghalaya only in the higher altitude. And Shillong, it is a city which is fully covered with pine forests. That's why when the British were here, they considered it as Scotland of the East.
I'm keeping it. It's there. You take.
He will explain.
This stone is?
He will explain now.
These stone structures here are commonly known as monolith. these are man-made, they are not natural. They were carved out of stones into these size, into these shapes, and then they were constructed here. And these monoliths are parts of our tradition, our culture. We use these particular monolith here for the religious purposes. Whenever the ritual was performed inside the forest. At this point, it is known as preparation point. So whenever our elders, when they came to the forest for the ritual, it was in this point that they prepared all the things needed for the ritual. And after everything was ready in this point, then they proceed to the main part of the forest, and the ritual was performed. And these, they are not in the same, they are not in the same position as they were constructed. They were dislocated in 1897 earthquake. Like this monolith, it was kept upon these 4 stones, so it formed a table shape.
Okay.
And you can see here in this particular area, most of the monoliths, they are not here anymore. And like this one also, there should be more here, but they fell to the ground and being covered by the sand. And these erected in a 90-degree position originally. So these are religious monoliths we use only for the ritual. We also have memorial monoliths like those you will see inside or outside the forest.
When you want to take it.
Like this is now not taking, no?
Not taking.
It was old, approximately 600 to 700 years old. And at the base of, at the lower part, it was infected with pests or termites. It lost its strength, and the day it fell down, it was just a normal windy day. So this is one of the monoliths which were used for the ritual, and there are others also that side. So it was here that all the rituals were done and performed by the present ruling clan of this kingdom, the Mawphlang. And whenever the ritual was performed, the monolith was kept here at the top, and then the ritual was performed upon this monolith. And in between the ritual, a bull was sacrificed. And after the ritual was done, then the remains of the sacrificed bull were taken to the center part of the forest and prepared as food. And those people who came here for the ritual, they consumed the food inside the forest. And after everything was done, then they went back to the village. They came again to this forest only when it was time for the next ritual. They never regularly came and visited this forest. And because of our tradition, till these days, most of the villagers, they never enter inside the forest. Especially if there is no purpose, they never come here. In the morning also, they just come and fetch drinking water, and then they go back home. So this is how the ecosystem inside the forest will be lost if it cannot be sustained. After 13 years of taking visitors, soil depletion is there, soil erosion is there, and because of the pressure, the soil is being compressed downward because we keep on walking daily. And all these roots now, they are in the surface. And if they remain in this condition for a longer period, then most of the trees will be affected. And that's how the ecosystem inside the forest is being disturbed.